How's it going, everyone? This is Dixon of the Ultimate Gamer. I'm logging on. Today I'm going to be playing a compilation from the mid 90s. Well, they're compilations of arcade games from early 80s. Which this compilation is called Williams Arcade's Greatest Hits, which was also known as Midway's Arcade's Greatest Hits. And it's definitely one of the first compilations that they did back then. Williams and Midway pretty much were on the same team, then Midway took over, so from there it's Midway. And this compilation was released in 1996, and it was one of the first compilations they did for the games that were released in early 80s. And the game was released on the Sony PlayStation, the Sega Saturn, as well as the previous gen consoles, the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I was already into the PlayStation at the time, so when I first heard about this compilation or seeing it, as well as my dad seeing the compilation at the video store, I decided to rent it, and he kind of introduced me to these games that he remembered from his days. Practically, it was around the time when I was born. And I learned a little bit more about him. Of course, there was also one game on that compilation that kind of introduced me to a new level of intimidation and impression. It was on the PlayStation when I rented the game, which features 6 arcade games, which are Defender 1 and 2, Joust, Robotron 2084, Sinistar, and Bubbles. And the Saturn port's practically the same, but the previous generation consoles, which were the 16-bit consoles, added 5 games, which left out Bubbles. But the thing is, I'm not going to revisit the PlayStation version for this episode. I'm actually going to go with the Genesis version. And I noticed that the arcade games were made in the 1980s, early 80s, brought to the compilation for the first time in 1996. And I don't expect them to be 100% to keep up with the 16-bit consoles. So if you want the better experience, I would go with the 32-bit CD-ROM versions of it. However, the 16-bit Genesis version, I'm not sure how the Super Nintendo version is, but I'm pretty sure that one's good too. The Genesis version pretty much did keep up with the arcade as much as possible, though both 16-bit consoles lack one game compared to the 32-bit consoles. But that's okay too. So I'm going to be playing the Genesis version since I have that emulator set up and I have a controller out and ready for it. And of course, this was the first compilation that Midway did back then. Throughout the years, they did other compilations like Midway's Arcade Treasures for the next generation, which is definitely a big improvement because it has much more games on them, as well as the follow-ups until the latest Midway's Arcade Origins. But right now, I'm going to go back to the very first one from the Sega Genesis. And of course, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do my best to pretend this is kind of what I remember on the PlayStation. Pretty sure it's practically the same since they're all the older games, but probably maybe minor inferior to the CD-ROMs, but I'm going to do my best to recreate these memories. Well, actually, I may have some bad news. It's going to be 4 instead of 5, obviously. Joust, for some reason, doesn't want to work. So, I guess it's only 4. After all, this Joust game doesn't have anything in common with the other games. what does the other thing have in common compared to, versus this game? Space or futuristic related. So I guess you can call it the Midway's Arcade Space Games or something. Okay, enough screwing around. Let's get to business. Digital Eclipse was behind this edition as well as every edition after that. Yeah, they've definitely been around for a long time, though. And they're actually working on the latest upcoming Mortal Kombat Legacy collection, which I hope they have more than what they already offered on the list by far. They just announced it not too long ago. They're also having console ports and portable ports of the arcade ports too, plus 3 Game Boy Advance games. Anyway, we're at the Midway's Arcade Greatest Hits on the Genesis. Of course, normally I first played this game on the PlayStation a long time ago, which featured 6 games. But the Genesis and Super Nintendo featured 5. But in this episode, it's actually going to be 4 because I couldn't get Joust to work. So we're going to start out with Defender. Game options. Of course, you can increase the difficulty and add more difficulty increase or maximum difficulty. I don't know what the difference is. I'm gonna go a little easy on this one. Ships to start out with, the default's 3. Yeah, these arcade games are pretty hard as they are as default, because you know how arcade machines are is to get your quarters. So look at this. The sound effects are pretty good. Whoops. Actually hit the bomb. I turned down the volume a little bit, it's kind of blasting my ears. Don't need super loud. The sound effects are awesome. Yeah, each one of these arcade games are innovators in its own unique way. Whoops, no. It's to also protect civilians that are down there from these spaceship aliens. Aliens or spaceships. Of course, they actually made a game that a few years back. I think the last generation they actually did. They did a game called Aqua Kitty Milk Defender. Yeah, you're playing an Aqua Kitty that's actually going underwater, protecting the milk factory under there, as well as protecting your fellow underwater kitties. That's a pretty neat one too. I did a let's play on that one. Yeah, they also made a Ultimate DX edition. That's the one I recommend the most. Son of a bitch. Yeah, by the way, this game was released in 1980. Originally. Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. It's a good thing I actually increased more lives here and there. Even though if you add more quarters in it, you can't in these games you can't always continue to where you left off at. Yeah, when they actually fall out of the sky after you saved them, you're supposed to grab them and make sure they get down there so they don't fall to their deaths. Oh shit! Sometimes I accidentally shoot the civilian when I'm trying to shoot the spaceship. Ah, fucker! Ah, you bastard. Something lives in that galaxy somewhere. Not in Defender. Probably not in Defender, most likely. Something lives out there. Game over. I'll give it another try, though. This time I'll keep my yap shut. Oh, what the hell? It's probably... Yeah, ships to start is... I guess 9 is the highest it can go. Decrease the difficulty. Waves per planet. Yeah, decrease the waves, so... Don't want to throw too much shit on one screen. Aqua Kitty Milk Defender is a pretty fun game too. Really like how they did that one. Ah! And they also did a 3D remake of the Defender on a few generations ago. Kind of like the PlayStation 2 and GameCube. And also on Atari Jaguar, they also did there we go. On the Atari Jaguar, not only they did Tempest 2000 or Missile Command 3D, but they also did Defender 2000, which of course it would be nice if it was on the Atari Collection, but that's actually a Midway property, or actually Warner Brothers now, though, since they practically bought the rights for all Midway games. And of course, there's many counterparts of this game. Oh shit! Damn it! Too bad you can't turn friendly fire off. These vector line graphics are pretty fucking awesome. I love the sound effects. And they also... Of course I have a... Bam, 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 bam. Son of the bitch. Of course, there's a... Ah! Shit! Guess I defeated the last two by blowing myself up. Guess I sacrificed myself to save the remaining civilians that I didn't let get away or accidentally kill. I always have bad luck with this game, even though... Too many shit going around me at once. You motherfucker. Well, there's also a sequel on here anyway, so it doesn't matter. The only game that has a sequel, Defender 2. I had it with this one. Okay, Defender 2. This one you can go up to, how many lives? 20 lives. Interesting. I'll probably go up to 15 then, because I'm going to go for this once. This one has one difficulty option. I think we're... Then one will be the easiest, so... Yeah. Practically a lot of things have improved in this game. Of course, if you're playing the Genesis version of the Midway's Arcade Treasure game, some of these games do have a 3 or 6 button option. Defender 2 has it, and so does Robotron, which we'll get to in a little bit. Yeah, they actually got some new tricks in the game too. They actually have a new warp station, but watch out, there's volcanoes right now. Yeah, Defender 2 is definitely a big improvement over the original. Yeah, the buttons. Yeah, button combos are a little different. Alright. I just saved one, so I'm a hero once. Yeah, when you're shooting, also when you're shooting down at below, you definitely want to be careful not to shoot into civilians. Whoa, doing better than I had before at least. So. Yeah, I'm actually more comfortable with this, with the sequel than I am with the first game. Definitely dodge that thing. Ah! Not too bad when you die, you don't... Well, it actually doesn't matter, you got a whole bunch. Son of the whore. God! Yeah, get too overwhelming to the point where I have to. Oh, yeah, I do got a lot more parts than I definitely got a lot more lives. Oh, shit! Piece of shit, come on. Yeah, probably... Yeah, the Defender 2000 that was on the Atari Jaguar was quite underrated. Talked about that in my Jaguar video years ago, too. I'm glad I have a copy. God damn it. Where are all these fucking things coming from? They never stop coming after me. Shit. Yeah, speaking of digital Eclipse, they did that Atari 50th Anniversary Edition, which features the Atari Jaguar games, including Tempest 2000 and Missile Command 3D. Sadly, they couldn't get Defender 2000 since that one was originally a Midway game. Whoa. Wow. I fucking blew that system up. Oh shit, yeah, I destroyed everything. Shit. I never made it this far before, I'll tell you. No, but there's nobody loose here. I'm going. Shit. This game's kicking my ass now. It's being fair to me earlier, much fairer than the first game. Of course, my dad definitely grew up on these games in the arcade. Up to by the time I was born, so that was back in the early 80s. Ah, dogfight, huh? Not gonna be. Oh, what the hell? Usually when it comes to a dogfight, I thought it was gonna be usually a one-on-one air combat fight. I think I'm really out of luck here. I got game rank. No chance in hell. Yeah. Okay, that was Defender 2, so done with the Defender games. We're not playing Just, so... I mean, we can't play Just. So let's move on with Robotron 2084. Are we ever going to make it up in 2084? About 59 years from now, if I'm doing my math correctly. Okay, let's start out with, now this one is definitely one of its early twin-stick 8-way shooters. This game also, with a Genesis controller, you also have an option using a 3-button or 6-button option. Well, if you have, depending if you have a 6-button controller, which I do. Ah, damn it, I want to save the civilians first. And this is indeed one of those early, early twin-stick shooters, as I mentioned. And this was, Midway did another game years later called Smash TV, and that one's definitely a brutal hit. That was also available on the Midway's Arcade Treasures compilation back in 2003. Yeah, I remember playing Smash TV on the NES a long time ago when I first saw TV advertisements, which that version is definitely not a recommended version to play, or the Super Smash TV on Super Nintendo either. The real way of playing Smash TV is on the arcade. Play the arcade port. And also Midway did other games like Total Carnage, which I believe has much more similarities to Smash TV, so if not a direct sequel. That was on Midway's Arcade Treasures Compilation 2, or Deluxe Edition. Okay, now let's play it again. Who's there? Can you help me? I'm hearing voices again. Let's tune up the options here. Oh, and 20 lives you go through. I guess I'll do that. Six-month mode. Get the civilian. Save the civilians before you kill all of them. They also did a 3D remake of this game. I believe that's on the N64 or on the GameCube. Don't remember which one. They did a lot of 3D remakes of Midway games from the 80s or 90s. From the 80s, man. They did Went on Spy Hunter, but 3D remake was not good though, that one. Motherfucker. A lot of these things you can't destroy, but with the 6-button option, at least you got you got 4. I'm actually using 4 of the buttons that are on the right side, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Pretty much for feature compilations, they actually used kind of like the right thumbstick for 8-way shoot, which actually is more presentable. That's how it is with all these twin-stick shooters, for the most part. Of course, default difficulty, you're always going to get your ass handed to, because it's all about the test of skill and how much quarters they want out of your pocket. Generating the revenue. Ah! Looks like there's a lot of civilians to save. Hey, baby. Ah, shit. If they zap one of the civilians, I can't save them, though. There's brains walking with feet. Yeah. Good thing I got the max, Some people say I'm kind of cheating, but then again, these games never fought fair at all either. Yeah, I gotta learn how to use 2 buttons for on the left and right for like shooting in diagonals. Probably a thumbstick would be definitely better if you wanted to shoot in diagonal. I'm still kicking ass, so. Man, woman, kid. Oh, I always have to save them when I get a chance. What are those things? Are those like robotic money machines? That'd be nice if I could get money out of there so I can. I don't know what good currency would do for this game. It's all about survival and saving lives as possible, and destroying enemies as possible. These games are going to find a way to kick your ass regardless, even if you boost up the difficulty, or boost up numbers a lot, or tone down the difficulty, or boost up as many lives as you can. Oh shit, I'm down to my last 5 now. Wish me luck. Oh my. Son of a bitch. I don't think I have a chance. Or do I? Oh, I got one more. Come on, baby, I'll save you. Or try to. Yay! Fuck. Don't know what to do. Okay, that was Robotron 2084. Now, this is the main event right here. This is the game that really got me. That's where the voices are coming from. Sinistar! We're going to start at default difficulty first. Oh, rapid fire option. Yeah, it's nice to have a rapid fire so I don't have to press any buttons at a time. So we're going to start at the default difficulty. Now, this game's a fucking core muncher. That's what they... Interesting to notice that none of these games have music in them. None of these arcade games have music in them except for a brief moment. Well, it sounds like that. Oh. Shit. What's the point with Sinistar? Well, basically, Sinistar is the main antagonist of the game, and that's what these red workers are trying to do. Which they don't harm you, but they will but they are building Sinistar, so which is definitely more deadlier, and they will steal any bombs you try to mine out of these asteroids. Because your regular ammunition is not good enough for Sinistar. You need as many bombs as you can. Oh, but watch out for those fucking warriors. That's what I think that's what they're called. They shoot at you, so they're actually their second defense. So shoot as many of them as you can. Nobody's your friend here, and it's game over. I'm gonna try again though at this difficulty. So mining crystals, get bombs out. And these things will also steal your bombs too once you mine them, but you can kill them and steal them back. Fucking space workers. Oh. Yeah, and this game is a fucking quarter muncher too, so generate revenue from whatever comes out of your pocket. Yeah, normally the arcade game will have all the information, including the radar and the scoreboard, above the gameplay screen, instead of on the right side of it, because this is normally a vertical gameplay cabinet that was originally in. Well, they come in two different arcades. The stand-up upright cabinet and the cockpit one, which the cockpit one is actually pretty rare to come by these days. But I would rather prefer that option if possible. There's that voice again. I hear it from my head. Shit. These Cindy bombs can be. Oh, god damn. Yeah. Run. Shit. Didn't get a chance. We're gonna play default difficulty one more time, then I'm gonna up it. Then I'm gonna make it a fair balanced one. Yeah, this game normally is a vertical screen in the arcade, as I mentioned, but they wanted to make the best of it for the compilation on the console board to make to match their TV screen. Which definitely makes sense, though. You feel more like you have a bigger screen. think it's optional for future ports, though, that are on Midway's compilations. Yeah, definitely rapid fire ops is a better way to go, because this game definitely ain't going to show you no mercy at all. And they're always going to find a way to cheat, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. God damn it. Oh shit. Oh, I was an accent though when I was game over. May as well act like I'm keep trying like a bitch until I find out what the difficulty is. You know, I was actually playing this game on the MAME emulator, and I had trouble trying to adjust to go to the difficulty options for this game for some reason. That's why I'm playing this compilation off the Genesis. The Sinistar is actually the main attraction of this compilation. Definitely my favorite one, and it's definitely one from one purpose. The Sinistar villain himself. God damn it. Sinistar villain himself. I mean, the voices. I was quite impressed for a game released in 1983. And really put out, really put a little scare value in for a game that's not even a horror game to begin with. The creature looks quite intimidating. Alright, that's enough fucking around. Alright, enough fucking around, let's... Alright, enough fucking around, let's have a fair balanced difficulty. How far you can go up to? Oh, you can go up to more lives than this. Of course, there's no 6-button, 3-button option. Oh, you can go up to... Interesting. I'm not gonna go 100%. See if I'm... 99 lives. Obviously, this game is the hardest one of them all, though, practically, so I may as well go 30 at the minute. First bonus at 1,000. Every next bonus 2,000. Difficulty. I have it on. No, it's too easy. No, I don't want it too easy. Oh, difficulty goes up to 9. And I had it up to 5. I don't want to go too easy, so I might spoil everything. Son of a horror. Oh, fuck face. Oh, shit. Jeez. Son of bitches out there. Ah! Yeah, voice impressions in video games, as well as the look of the character, especially for 1982 or 83, very quite impressive. If they were making console ports at the time, I don't think they can hold it. They can handle everything. It definitely can't. Definitely Atari can't. 2600 can't. There weren't really any console ports of this game. Son of a bitch! Unless you have mini bombs or cine bombs, you want to avoid it. You want to definitely avoid it. Come near Sinistar as much as you possibly can, or just rack up. Well, you can't get away from them. All you can do is destroy them. So you have to get as much bombs as you can. Mining crystals to make cine bombs to destroy your fate. Run, coward. I hunger, coward. And this thing will outrun you too. Run, beware, I live. Ugh. Run. Damn it. Beware, I live. Son of the whore. Beware, I live. Beware, I live. Beware you live, motherfucker. Beware, you're going to die, motherfucker. Beware, I live. Yeah, that's one thing. He's definitely got one hit left. Yes, I defeated him! Yeah! Eat them up. Battling computer engaging to another warp station. Enter the warp zone. Prepare for battle. You're damn right. Meaning I had to go get more bombs because they're also building more Sinistars. You know, one of these games have no end. Acting, practically getting more score. It's all about getting more score and getting more, generating revenue. Hello. Generating. Beware, I live. Run. That'd be cool if I can play this in the cockpit. If I'm the coward, how come I'm facing multiple objects on screen at one time? Beware, I live. And what do you need your fucking warriors for? Especially when you're a one-man army. I am Sinistar. Beware, I live. Yeah, you are Sinistar. And you're a son of the bitch. Run, coward. Fucking war fighters. Beware, I live. God! I still haven't fucking bumped. I'm on the second level now. I'm facing another Sinistar. The warriors have gotten more tougher, or increasing numbers. They still don't got enough. Don't got enough city bombs. I downgrade the difficulty, so. Damn it! I didn't even throw one bomb at him. Don't. Shit! He came out of nowhere. Oh, at least I got part of him. Shit! I'm out of bombs already. I got some of them. Ah, fuck. Ah, those workers rebuilt the fucking face. Yeah, they can rebuild them when he's in action, too. Shit. I gotta get more bombs. Ah! I didn't get a fucking chance. This is one game that doesn't have no mercy at all. Now it's showing it a little bit mercy, but decreasing the difficulty. No matter how difficulty you have this game set, it's gonna find a way to fuck you over. Well, actually, I didn't try it at the very easiest difficulty with 99 lives. I stick with 30 lives as much as possible. I actually have it at a 2-point down difficulty compared to default difficulty, as the game's not hard enough as it is. You know, at 30 lives and I'm at the second Sinistar, I couldn't get enough city bombs to get this guy because so many of their warrior shooters keep getting more numbers and fucking me over when I'm trying to get city bombs. Every time when I'm trying to fight off the warriors, this Sinistar keeps coming around behind me, out of nowhere. And once it gets close to you, it always has this power to suck you up before he eats you. That's what I call a space monster indeed. What's the point? Probably gonna be going on and forever. But let's do it in a different way, though. I don't need to go. That will definitely. I made it too easy, so. So I'm at the easiest difficulty setting, so this is definitely going to go better pretty quicker. Cocksucker. I got 30 lives, so it don't matter.
Beware, I live. I hunger.
Eat that motherfucker.
Beware, I live. Beware, I live. Beware, coward. Run, coward. I hunger. Beware, coward. I hunger, coward. Beware.
I got 14 Cindy bombs, I got plenty enough.
Beware, coward.
Let's get more just in case.
I hunger, coward. I hunger, coward.
Ah! Got you that time, motherfucker! Ah! Son of a bitches. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get more city bombs for that Yeah. Wonder if I can smash him when he's still being worked on. Damn it! I didn't get one! If I got some. Piece of shit, come on. Oh, 13 pieces to face. Oh. Oh, I'm down to my last 10, I believe. Question is, will I make it through? Actually, no. Okay, I'm just about done here. Will I get 3 Sinistars? Oh, this one's 18 pieces. I guess this one actually has more. They actually have.
I live. Run, run, run. I am Sinistar. Beware, I live. Run, run, run. Beware, I live.
Alright, come on.
Hunger. I hunger. Beware, I live. Beware, coward. Beware, coward. Beware, I live.
Okay, so still.
Run, run,
Damn it!
run, run, run. Beware, I live.
Impossible.
I hunger.
If these assholes are gonna give me a chance, these guys piss me off. Shit! I didn't get him. Kinda hot.
I live.
I'm not gonna make it.
Coward.
Oh, oh my god. Jeez. Well, that was Sinistar. And that sums up Williams Arcade's greatest hits on the Sega Genesis, which is also known as Midway's. And for its first compilation, it was really good for what they had to offer. I mean, if you want more variety at the time, PlayStation or Saturn would be the more better versions, especially for better emulated version of the old arcade games from the early 80s. The game that stands out the most out of the 6, oh, yeah, I'm talking about the ones, I'm talking about the, out of all the ones that were on the PlayStation as well, was the Sinistar game, of course. That's why I picked this as the main event. Because that haunting creature, space creature with that unique voice was quite an impressive imitation of a monster that'll haunt you in your dreams. Imagine me being under 10 years old playing this game in an arcade. I would get nightmares. Of course, I didn't actually play this game when I was a kid. I didn't play this game in the arcade. And by far, I don't think I'm done talking about Sinistar in general. I'd like to do a special episode on that. Because that image will never go away anytime soon. I mean, I don't think I want it to go away because I thought it was pretty awesome. That was what made the game awesome. Even though the games were super hard, at a normal difficulty especially, because it was all about generating revenue. Well, all games are like that. And I also don't think I'm done talking about the other games yet either, because I have memories of those as well. Especially when my dad introduced me to them in the first place, as well as on that compilation that was on the PlayStation when we went to the video store. And he remembered Defender and Joust the most. And I thank him for introducing me to those. And I miss him every day. God bless you, Dad. I love you, Dad. And I also want to say thank you all very much for watching and listening. This is Dixon of the Ultimate Game Realm, logging off.
Beware, I live. Run, run, run. Beware, coward. Run.